Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first September edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young in 2021. What a great two-thirds of 2021 it's been. And the winter, spring, and summer were amazing for the show. And now fall's coming, and we have another awesome guest tonight. Keep summer heated up for a while, but before we get to him, got to read these great underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So we got Dancer's Dream in Whitman. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got Lynch's Towing, Auto, Cycle, and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for projects, one number for towing. We got Autotown Auto Glass installed in Abington. Autotown Auto Glass installed in Abington. We got A1's Tire and Auto Company Center in Brockton. We got Here to Stay in Brockton. We got Vape Solutions in East Bridgewater. We got Britain Tire Service in Brockton. We got Manny's Auto Repair in Taunton. We got Royal Pizza in Rainham. They deliver. We got Easton Fitness, Northeastern and the Village Shops. We got the Gun Runner LLC in Middleborough, dedicated to your Second Amendment rights. We got Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We got Dini Auto Body Collision Center in Bridgewater. We got Doggy Boutique, all-breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my great next-door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. And we got Joe's Diner in Taunton. I want to thank you guys very much. And on that note, I'll now introduce this gentleman here. He's another filmmaker. His name is Mike Russell. He came up here from the Constitution State, Connecticut. The second show I did this week with a guest from Connecticut. A young lady that I did it named Julia Fishback that I interviewed in Wareham the other night came up to do the show there. And she's one of the actors in this film, I guess, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about him specifically and profile him like I do with every guest. So first of all, Mike, I want to thank you for coming up here and being on my show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to thank you for being on time. And I want to thank you most of all for not getting too imbibed over at the brewery before we started. I know how happy you were that you found out.
Maybe just one.
Yeah, I admit I was a little concerned when I saw that on your Facebook plug. Oh, you got a brewery in there. I go, yeah. And they go, and you're like, oh yeah. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, the guy's an alcoholic, and I'm going to have to drive him back to Connecticut. And the interviews, I'm going to interview him, and he's going to pass out while we're talking. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Not at all.
Okay. I mean, these affairs I just sweep under the rug and just move on from. All right, well, let's talk about you then. Well, tell me about yourself. You're a filmmaker. You've seen my show, obviously. You've liked it. That's why you sort of found me. But tell me about, where you grew up and what you were like as a kid. What kind of things did you accomplish then? And, if I have any questions, I'll roll them in, and then we'll piece it together and work toward the present and then the future. So go ahead.
Sounds good. Yeah, I grew up in Claremont, New Hampshire.
Okay.
It's a little factory.
That's way up there, isn't it? That's almost near the Canadian border.
Nope, at the other end, more on the southern side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Vermont border.
I got you. Okay.
Yep.
It's a very nice area.
Yeah, a lot of factories, a lot of mills.
Yeah, a lot of trees and mountains too. We
Oh,
always
absolutely.
love that. Okay.
Yeah, if you're into skiing, the ski resorts are pretty close by.
Okay.
We moved to Connecticut maybe about 15 years ago.
Okay. By we, you mean you and your family?
The whole family. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a good adjustment though. It's been a nice lifestyle.
Now did you move to now the part of Connecticut you live in, is that a rural area too?
It is, yeah, down in Old Lyme, Connecticut.
Old Lyme, that's right.
Shoreline.
Yep, I know the area. Not as well as you do, but I've been through it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, how did this lead to now? You're a filmmaker, but so how did that get started?
That actually started as a result of my daughter had been doing a lot of acting, and she'd been picking up roles here and there.
Okay, in films or in plays or both?
Combination of both.
Okay.
So I had been making trips back and forth with her to New York for auditions and things like that. And she's only, at the time, she was 15 years old.
And this was how long ago?
That was about a year and a half ago.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So your daughter, I've never had a case where a guest has been inspired by his own offspring to become something big like you have. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, her and I actually work together. We do all the writing and collaborating together on everything. And she's a full-time student as well.
But she must be in high school. She's 6. Okay.
She is.
Well, how did she find time? We're already talking about your daughter. How did she find time from high school to go? Was it during the summer that she went down? And then with the COVID thing, I can't believe she was able to do that.
Yeah, well, it was pre-COVID.
Oh, it was?
When she went
down. Okay, but she was even younger then.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, how did she get these roles? I mean, did she audition? Or
She auditioned. She used Backstage.com.
Oh, okay, that's one of those.
Yep.
One of those chat rooms for the actors. Okay.
Yep. So some of the student films had popped up, so she had gone down and did that. But yeah, she's pretty involved. She actually just spent during the quarantine the past year and a half. She actually wrote a novel and just got that published.
Is she an only child?
No. She's the youngest of 5.
Huh. Wow. The other kids must be. I mean, are all your kids as accomplished as she is?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying,
yeah,
I'm not
no.
saying they're not, I'm not trying to, I mean,
Not a
that's
competition.
incredible.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
wow, sounds like I've never heard of a 14-year-old writing a novel. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
We got to get her on the show then
Oh
at
yeah,
some point.
she'd love it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually filming a movie with Don Miller and Sean Welling.
Wow, okay.
They're from, he's from the Hollywood area. They're out scouting. They're going to be filming up in Vermont in October.
Okay.
If I Could Ride is the name of the movie on that one.
And she's acting in it, right?
She's acting in that, yeah.
Well, so let's figure out the timeline on this. Your daughter
Yep.
became, how old was she when she figured out she wanted to do acting? How long has she been doing it for?
She's only been doing it for about 2 years.
Okay, but
Yeah.
now, all right, so prior to that time, you had never done anything in filmmaking, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
No.
And yet, but no, filmmaking is a whole experience in and of itself.
Oh,
That you're not just inborn with. You have to learn a lot of stuff.
You do.
So how did you end up learning this stuff? Did she teach you, or did you?
It's
or
been
what?
it's been a
Somehow.
combination of her and the whole community.
Community? You mean
Yep.
like in Old Lyme, rather?
Old Lyme, New London. We've had people down from New Hampshire. When my daughter and I put together Rise and Fall,
Okay.
the TV series, when we were starting to work on that together, it was our idea to have as many people brought in from the local theater, perhaps people that didn't get an opportunity to star in things, but now this was an opportunity. Because for us, inclusion was a huge thing.
Wow.
And it kept seeming like in the movie industry, it was like the same people were getting cast over and over, for the same roles. And you know what it's like when you show up and like people a lot of times that are doing background, there's a whole community right there, and that's all they were doing is
Well,
background.
that's when there's extras, when they're looking for extras.
Correct.
Okay, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except what we did is we reached out to all these extras. We let them know what the project was we were doing.
Okay.
That it was just going to be something we were going to all work on, together, and it gave everybody an opportunity to step to the forefront.
Okay.
And we couldn't have done it without the help of everybody. I mean, we've had some amazing people that have stepped up, whether it was snacks, locations.
Okay.
we've
Well,
had-
have you collaborated with anybody that I might have heard of down there? If not, that's fine. I'm just curious if you want to
Yeah.
name drop
Well,
anybody.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Joe McGee, maybe?
The twins.
Oh, the little girl, sure.
Evelyn-
Evelyn
Evelyn
Olivia.
Olivia.
Yes, I interviewed
Yep.
them in Carver back on June
Yeah.
9th.
When you were interviewing them, when they were talking about the girl that was in school,
Yeah.
that was my daughter that she was referring to.
Okay. We didn't have a clip of anything they did, but
Yeah.
evidently your daughter's worked with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
They're working on the Rise and Fall.
Oh, the Rise and Fall, right,
yeah,
okay.
project
And that's
with
what,
us.
that's what we're going to look at pictures from?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about Rise and Fall. What's that?
Yeah, so Rise and Fall, it started as a conversation that my daughter and I were having regularly at the house, where it was more of, hey, in a story, I wonder what would happen if, and we just kind of kept bouncing ideas back and forth off each other. And then in conversation, she had mentioned we were watching the old TV show Stand By Me.
Stand By Me? Is
Yeah.
that a TV show or a film?
Film.
A film with River Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay, who passed away.
And she goes, it's unfortunate that today, like, people don't have those moments like that where they go on like these adventures. So when we were talking, we decided, I'm like, well, here's her opportunity to have an adventure. So her character in the show gets built up as a quiet, conservative
Okay.
family in there. And then it becomes more of an adventure, road adventure, as she becomes more involved with a rock band.
Oh, okay.
So it becomes like a full 180.
It's almost like art imitating life, imitating art.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Is your daughter musically inclined too?
She is.
Is she in a band?
She's not in the band, but she has like released songs. She records over at Dirt Floor Studios over in Haddam.
Over in where?
Haddam, Connecticut.
Oh, Haddam. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought it was pronounced Haddam.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I mean, so she sings too? And
She
then-
does.
Does she write her own music?
She does. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. So are any of is any of her music included in the film that you
It's going.
Rise and Fall?
It's going to be the
Okay.
one song that she has out now, "Drifting Away." We weren't going to use on it, but she's going to be working with the producer, Eric Lichter,
Okay.
for recording 2 songs that she is going to use on it.
Oh, cool. Okay. Wow. And how long, now you say you're going to be filming in October up in Vermont?
Yeah, that's a different movie altogether.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's something.
All right, where are you going to be filming Rise and Fall?
Rise and Fall.
Connecticut still?
Yeah,
Haddam, Connecticut?
all of Connecticut, and we
Okay.
plan on shooting one episode up in New Hampshire, which is where
Okay,
I'm
but
from.
all right, so this is a web series, correct?
Correct.
All right, and you haven't actually started it yet, or have you?
The filming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've
Oh, you
done
have.
a lot
Okay,
of
so
filming.
how many? All right, so you've gotten some chapters out already, right?
We haven't, no, because we're going to release it as a full set.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's going to take until you think probably October or maybe you're not
It's
really.
probably-
I know how you never know
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to say it's probably going to. We're hoping to have it all wrapped up by October, but with
Okay.
scheduling, I think we're probably realistically going to be more around the January, February mark.
Yeah, I would think it would be. I mean, not because your daughter's got to be back in school now.
She is.
September. I mean,
She's
how does she have
back.
time for all this?
She's back in school. She plays on the soccer team in Old Lyme.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But how does she have time to do all this stuff? The film, is it all
We
done on
just think-
weekends?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's been the
They have
hardest
soccer
part.
games on weekends too.
They do. Not as many. We've been monitoring like her schedule
Okay.
to see.
So they kind of working around her schedule.
Yes.
Wow.
We've actually been working around everybody's schedule.
Sounds like you guys are pretty big cheeses down there in Old Lyme.
No.
Well, I mean, just not. I
yeah.
mean, the whole community seems to be rallying around your movies. So that's got to say something about.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, the people themselves, like I said, they've been like really great. They've become like family to
Okay,
us.
and you know that's in the New London area, right? Which
Yes.
is kind of like Central
Yes.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, when it comes to like filming, what kind of scenes are you doing? Are these like mostly outdoor stuff scenes?
It's been
'Cause
a
it sounds like
combination. We filmed at the Flanders Baptist Church.
Okay.
Which was great. That was day one, and we had, I'm going to say, roughly about 100 people there.
All right. Well, what was it? A scene about
About the
church
church,
scene?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're trying to bring in the whole aspect of her being from a conservative family.
Okay.
So we're laying the groundwork.
So are you supposed to be? I mean, are you actually playing her father in the film?
I'm not. No, I'm horrible at
Oh,
acting.
yeah, that's right. You're not
Yeah.
acting. You're not an actor at all. Okay,
No,
I get it.
no,
you're
but-
you're behind the scenes completely.
But a good friend of mine actually plays her father in the film.
Okay,
which
so
is good.
I'm just trying to paint a picture, get an idea what's going on here, a sketch, so
Yeah.
if you will. So he's probably a very conservative, stick in the mud type. You don't violate the curfew. Slap your hand if you're bad with the nuns or whatever. I assume she's a parochial school student and whatever. In the film, is that it? Is that kind
yeah,
of a deal?
yeah.
Okay. And is she like a rebel in the film? I'm
No.
not giving too much away.
Nope.
Okay.
She really isn't. She's definitely more on the quiet, reserved side.
Okay.
And without giving out too much of it away, there's a stranger that comes in town that becomes the janitor.
Janitor
Yeah.
of the school?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is
he's,
he
and
a
he's
bit
a
of
little
a
on the
sicko?
yeah, he's a little
Okay.
on the sketchy side.
I got it.
And
I don't know why, but I figured you'd be good for that role. You just have
I
that look
thought
about
so,
you.
too.
Look, no offense, man. I think you're cool, but
I thought it would
you
have
can't
worked
kid each
out.
other. Who can you kid?
That's right.
Okay. No, but
yeah.
I mean, all right. But you already know who your janitor is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom Dietz is playing the janitor. He's
Okay.
a great guy.
All right.
He's actually the uncle to the twins that you interviewed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I met their mother. I didn't meet anyone else, and we all had dinner afterwards
Yeah.
at Festa Charm Family Mexican Restaurant in Carver afterwards, and they're awesome. The lady, I know the lady very well that runs
Yeah,
it.
she's in it as well. She actually plays the twins' mom.
The one in the restaurant.
Yep.
Oh, really? Because we went to the restaurant, they asked her to be in the film.
Yep.
That's Teresa.
Cherie.
Oh, there's got to be. Well, it's got nothing. It's not someone that works at the restaurant, is it?
No.
Okay, no, it just happens to be someone. Okay. Oh, Sherry, that's their mother.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Her and I and Adam Morey went to Fiesta Char afterwards. Okay, all right. Let's keep talking about the film. Now, you say you got some pictures. You want to describe them? So we'll insert them
sure.
as you describe them.
Yeah,
And talk about them as best you can.
the kids are great. I'll tell you, if you ever get a chance to interview, there's like one young boy
Okay.
that plays the brother of the twins in the film.
Okay.
His name-
If their parents want to bring them up to be
Oh,
interviewed,
God.
let's get him on the show.
Yeah,
Well,
his name's Alex Barber.
Okay.
And he's probably, whether it's a child or adult, he's probably one of the funniest actors I've ever met.
How old is he?
I'm going to say he's probably about 11.
I know the girls just turned 13 the other day on August 29th.
Yeah.
Because I remember their mother posted it on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, I understand.
So the twins, basically, in a playful way, they kind of torture their little brother a lot.
Okay, so he's the little brother in the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Are these in these pictures you're showing
It
us?
will be,
All right,
yeah.
good. So we'll look
yeah.
at that. We'll talk about
So
it. Okay.
there's a scene where they put like live crabs. They cover him in like a sand, make him look like a mermaid on the beach.
Okay.
And they put live crabs, and they're like racing him through the water at him.
I just hope they don't hurt the animals. I hate it.
Oh, no. There was absolutely no animals hurt in any of
That's
these.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
'cause I'm a vegan.
Oh, yeah, we're huge.
Okay. All right, that's good. I mean,
Sure is, too. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's not. I mean, I suppose as long as as long as the crabs are okay and the kids
Yes.
are okay.
Yeah.
And there's and nobody gets snipped. I know their claws can be pretty sharp, so I hear about crabs.
Yeah. Well, to make it realistic, these were actually frozen crabs.
Oh, they were already dead.
Yeah. But we made them look live.
I wish they were fake. I know, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I know. Well, I mean, oof. All right. Well, okay. So this is then it goes somewhere, but we don't want to give away too much.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so this is part one of the web series Rise and Fall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long now when the first part is done? How long is it supposed to be? Like a half hour?
They're gonna be 6 half-hour shows.
6 half hours. Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right. Now, let's talk about some of your previous stuff. I want to find out. I mean, have you had anything in a film festival at all?
No, absolutely nothing.
All right.
Some of the first things that I've got involved with was this project with Riley.
Okay.
And
Is that your daughter, Riley?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know her name. You didn't
yeah.
mention it before.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah. And I teamed up to just kind of help out on more of like an outskirts kind of thing. But
Yep.
Chris Goodenough was looking for producers for a film that they were working on.
Okay.
And I've followed his work for quite a while.
Is he Connecticut or too?
He's Connecticut. He does writing, producing. Probably the most impressive thing is he does all of his own props.
Okay.
They call him like the master props guy. He did every single prop, whether it was making the leather outfits
Okay. for
the last vampire, and it was nice. And that's why I sent you the video footage.
Okay, that sounds good.
For the teaser trailer for that.
Well, are we going to use that for the show or just?
Yeah.
For today's show?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yep.
good. That's fine. How long
Yep.
is it?
Oh, that's like 25 seconds.
20? Oh, okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. As we speak now, I'm going to say we're going to take a little break and look at the little video, and then we'll be right back. So don't go away. Oh, that was awesome. See, that's it. Now once the show is done, the video is inserted, boom, and there it is. And so, and then we can,
That works good.
and then by the time people watch it, they'll know exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little time preemptive stuff here as we talk. It's always nice to insert new stuff into my dialogue that I've never tried before.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, but like I said, so this was before Rise and Fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been right along during the same time.
Okay, so you haven't. Yeah. So I mean, did you have any projects before Rise and Fall?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. What about? I mean, again, I wanted to get back to when you were a kid, though. What exactly did you do as a kid? Did you play sports at all?
I did. I actually played a lot of sports growing
Yeah,
up.
you look athletic.
Thanks.
Football?
Not as much. Yeah, I played a little bit of football.
Mentioned you like the Patriots.
Baseball. Oh, I love the
Love the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Love
Yeah,
the Patriots.
And how happy you were that we're not too far from Gillette.
Yes.
True. Yeah, and certainly a lot closer than where you live, obviously.
Yeah, it's a big
Okay.
smile on my face driving by the exit.
Okay. All right. So what about? Did you do anything musical at all? Did you?
No, it's funny. I've always had guitars and musical instruments, but I never learned to play any of them.
Okay.
But yet, like 3 of my kids are extremely musically talented.
And they're all older than Riley.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of them's in Rise and Fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her brother is 22, Caddison, and he's in Rise and Fall.
So your oldest child is 22?
Yeah, well, the oldest one that's in the movie. My oldest son is 31.
Really?
Yeah.
But you couldn't be. I mean, you're looking at you. I figure you got to be.
Oh, thanks. I think I had him when I was like 12.
Okay. Yeah, I know you got to be younger than me, man. I'm 62 almost. Wow. Okay. Well, now are all your kids involved in filming too?
No.
Okay.
No. One of them is a doctor of physical therapy over in Boston.
Okay.
One lives down in Mississippi, and my older son is a musician and tattoo artist up in Canada.
Okay, wow. Well, we can do Zoom shows if you ever want to get them on. We can. I've done a lot of Zoom shows this year, but not musical. Yes, we did. Actually, I did have a lady named Jennifer Truesdale who performed at her house a few weeks ago, and that came out really good. So maybe we could do that. It's obviously you come from a talented family. All right.
Well, they are. I'm not, but
Yeah, but you're doing filmmaking. Well, what exactly have you learned about filmmaking, and how did you learn it? Since your daughter decided to go to New York.
So basically, like just being on set with her the whole time. I spent a lot of time just watching.
Okay.
Like see how they do it. My bigger focus is more on writing.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that. Did you write Rise and Fall?
I did.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's cool. That's what I was getting
and
at.
Riley contributed, greatly to that.
Okay. And how much time do you spend writing? It sounds to me like you do a lot of it.
A lot. We've been writing it collectively for probably about 1.5 years now.
Okay. Just for Rise and Fall?
Just for Rise and Fall.
Okay. So you're not working on anything else currently besides that?
I am.
I'll talk about that.
Well, I've got 2 other things, but I promised.
If you don't want to give too much away, that's
Oh
fine.
no, I won't. But
Okay.
because we've had like so many things going on,
Yep.
like project-wise, I told Riley that I was going to wait and do anything like with the other
Okay.
ones that I'm working on.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the projects that I'm working on is more of like a thriller
Oh, cool.
type application.
Well, all right. It sounds to me like the people in your area, they know who you are. They're very impressed with what you do, and they want to work with you. It's pretty clear, and
Yeah.
that is awesome.
I think it's because we do keep it more like family friendly, and everybody's
Still,
brought in.
if they didn't,
Yeah.
only if they thought you had something worth bothering with, would they
Yeah.
want to work with you. If they didn't, even if they were family friendly, they'd say, "We got other things to do. Why don't you join us? Why don't you come bowling with us?" Or something.
Right,
Yeah. So
yeah.
try not to be tactful about it.
Yeah.
So obviously you have some talent. Have you ever written anything else? Did you ever write a book?
No, I never had.
Well, tell me about Riley's novel. What's that about?
Riley's novel is called "Defining Your Darlings."
Okay. Is that about kids too? I
It's
assume
it's
it
a dystopian type novel.
Oh yeah, like an apocalyptic thing?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was surprised when I saw she had like 245 pages. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of writing.
Wow, because I wrote a book of short stories, which I think finished at 245 pages. But it took me 10 years.
It's a huge undertaking.
It is a
Yeah.
huge undertaking. Wow.
And she edited it herself, and she'd reached out.
She got it published, or is she going
She
to?
does. Yeah. It's on Amazon already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. That's incredible. Somebody now how long did it take her to write it?
It took her probably about 1.5 years to
Okay.
write it, and that was her big thing during the quarantine.
Yeah, true.
You know,
What else could she do, right? Everybody was.
I figured she was up there, normal, typical teenager talking to friends on
On the phone.
social
Okay.
media. She was using her phone the whole time to record everything that she was writing for the book.
She must be impressed. They must be impressed with her.
Yeah.
Does she have any of her own friends acting in the? Is she going to turn this novel into a film eventually, or is she wanting?
I bet she probably would. One of her good friends from school, Aiden Kerrigan,
Okay.
is in Rise and Fall.
Yep.
He's a really good, young local actor.
Oh, cool. But she sounds to me like she has quite a few characters in this novel.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, in the book, yeah. there's
Right,
quite a
right.
few.
And she's going to need. One guy is one thing, but she's probably going to need a bunch of people.
She's gonna need a slew of them.
Wow. So what did she do in New York exactly?
There was a student film
the one
that
of
she
the
went and
colleges
did.
down there?
Yeah, it was called Tempo. Was the show? Do you remember? I don't want to say Flashdance.
I do remember Flashdance, 1983.
What was that? The TV show Fame.
Fame.
The storyline reminded me a lot about that, and it was a young college girl that had written it.
Right,
But it was
okay.
called Tempo. She played one of the characters in that for them.
Okay. Wow. That's great. Well, guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. So what I want you to do is the first thing I want you to do is to look at the camera and give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, condense them, and and say, just say hi to them or whatever. You can start with Riley and your other kids. I don't know if you're married or
Yep.
you are, your wife too, and any of the people that you've worked with, and then we'll wrap the show up. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd like to say thank you to my entire family for all their support during all of this. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to Carolina Villamazar for doing not only starring in the show, but also doing all the photography work. Louis Hecky, Amy Olette, Eric LeClaire, I also like to thank Gina, Bambi Mangino, Carolyn Youngblood-Laban, Kathleen Wiltz for all of their super assistance with everything. And I'm sure there's a million people that I'm forgetting.
It's okay, they'll forgive you.
Yeah.
You've named more people than most people I interview name when we finish.
Oh, is that right?
Pretty good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, if you had, and that's now the other thing. Speaking of all those people that you just named, if you had a good time with me tonight, what I'd like you to do is this, and I tell everybody this now when I interview them, all my guests, please spread the word about Topic Time. Let's get more guests on here. I get them mostly through word of mouth. I mean, through Facebook, but I'm getting more through word of mouth now, and it's like it's clockwork. I got you through word. I got you through Facebook, but you saw a show you liked, and that's how I found you.
Yep.
I mean, usually I reach out to people, but you appeared on, you popped a like on a show that I shared, and I thought, hey, this guy might be interesting. I looked at your credentials, and I said, sure, let's get you on. So, you know, I network. There's no limit to how I can network. You know, I mean, that's if.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I hope you had fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So real quick, is there anything on the horizon that you want to mention that you might have overlooked before we wrap it up, you know, officially?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, like, that movie that I mentioned, The Last American Vampire, with Chris Goodenough.
Okay.
Brian Garrity, Brian Powell, amazing staff. I hope everybody gets a chance to check that out.
Okay. And that is that available on Amazon or on Netflix?
That I'm not sure where they're going to have that posted.
Or on YouTube?
It's in the editing stages right now.
Oh, yeah, so it's not done yet.
No.
Okay.
But I gave you the clip.
You gave us a heads
yeah,
up.
so
That's
they'll
great.
be able to see it.
Okay.
The film work and that is absolutely amazing.
I'm sure it is.
They're
I can't
probably
wait to see it too.
Yeah, they're probably the hardest, nicest working people in the industry I've ever met.
That is great. All right. Well, great. Well, great job, Mike Russell. And now you're finally ready to wrap the show up officially the way we began it with my little theme.
Absolutely.
Okay, folks. Thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.